All right, now it's time for your daily checklist. 3 stories worth knowing about today. First up, Iraq issues an arrest warrant for President Trump. They say it's because of the death of a top military commander who was one of 2 men killed in a U.S. drone strike last January. They call it premeditated murder, but it's unlikely the warrant will be carried out since the U.S. wouldn't extradite the president. No word from the Trump administration about the case. All right, number 2 here, another successful launch for SpaceX. Last night, a Falcon 9 rocket blasted off from Cape Canaveral, sending a Turkish communication satellite into orbit. The satellite will provide commercial broadband internet and TV broadcasting services across the Middle East, Africa, Europe, and Central Asia. And number 3 here, publishing company Simon & Schuster canceled Republican Senator Josh Hawley's book deal after Wednesday's riots. They said they can't support the Missouri Republican, quote, after his role in what became a dangerous threat to our democracy and freedom. Hawley is one of several lawmakers who spread unproven claims of voter fraud. He said he'll see the publisher in court.
Before the chaos on Capitol Hill was even over, social media filled up with a discussion about how America polices protesters, and in this case, violence. From athletes to celebrities to political leaders, so many weighed in, pointing out what they call a harsh reality, that there's a double standard in America. We've seen so many Americans point out that while the largely white Trump supporters who raged through the Capitol faced little preparation or opposition, Black protesters and other people of color were subject to overwhelming police response as they marched for justice this summer following the deaths of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. It's a conversation that's happening locally too. Mayor Sylvester Turner tweeted calling it a glaring double standard in America. And Ashton P. Woods, founder of the Houston chapter of Black Lives Matter, went even farther.
If that had happened and if it was Black people, that would be body bags. We are met no matter where we are with full tactical gear, outside law enforcement agencies, and these guys, through their white privilege, because it was women there too, white people, white privilege, they were just let through. They are seen as not threatening.
If you look at the numbers alone, social justice advocates say the evidence is clear. Police only arrested a few dozen people during the immediate aftermath of the breach at the Capitol. Now compare that to June 1st, at the height of the Black Lives Matter protests in D.C., 289 arrests you saw there. And while the number of arrests linked to Wednesday will likely rise, advocates say that's part of the double standard too. If you're Black and protest for racial equality, you go to jail that night. But if you're white and storm the Capitol, you get to go home. Maybe police will look for you later. Obviously a very raw subject for so many in America right now. Coming up at 6:30, we're going to talk a little bit more about that division and how we can look for what unites us as well.
All right, Brandy, a very important topic there. Now we want to pivot to web.